a friend and I, Spencer, work on the programming. So we take what is the band demo, and there's pre-production programming. So before we go into recording, we do things like identify some key melodic parts and back them up with maybe some keyboard sounds, sometimes add other guitar parts or supportive guitar parts, some drum programming, percussive elements, sometimes do vocal effects, so that when we get to this stage of the recording process, we've already got a little production in the track. So it makes it feel and sound a bit more like a record as soon as the band goes out on the floor to play. But we kind of put a lot of elements in there. So typically at this point, now that we have gone through and made some more official arrangement things, I need to make sure, for instance, that the stop that we're doing after the first chorus into the second verse, that the programming agrees with that. There's an element in here. There's kind of an echoey percussive thing that's happening in the choruses. It's happening every measure. It's way too frequent if I'm going to even use it at all. Little things like that. And I also need to know that all of the synth parts, or maybe the synth bass that's playing along with what the band is doing, everything's in agreement. Because they're listening to this as we record, I just want to spend a little bit of time really trying to hone in and define what some of these elements should be. So sometimes it's a little bit of rearranging and just identifying what's working. So I'm going to do that for a minute now. And it's really essential that I have a representation of what the band is doing to be able to sort those things out. Oh, and then one other thing I wanted to mention is that we've been hearing a vocal and Rich is not singing. As part of the demo, we have the vocal stem in here, which is a lead vocal, and there's one harmony part, and that just helps us have a feeling of what the finished song is while we're recording. It's basically a scratch vocal that is existing from the demo. And for now, I'm going to turn off those vocal parts just so I can hear the rest of the track easily. So we've got these blue tracks right here are some bass keyboard elements, and then there's a whole lot. The green is some drum programming, percussive stuff. There's an additional chorus guitar, which is the red there, and then there's all this sort of blue-violet stuff that are keyboard parts that support what the band is doing and also play a few additional parts. This vocoder track is just a little vocal effect that happens in the first verse, and then we have the band tracks here.